TNO, or the New Order, is a hard-to-find 4 mod that I covered in my first video. Well, the comments in that seem to have been quite riled up, so today I'll be joined by head developer Mango to address some of these concerns in the comments. Okay, welcome everyone. I have TNO head dev Mango here with me. So today we're just going to be addressing some concerns that you guys had in my comment section, because I didn't intend to have this video blow up so much. So I don't want this to just be a one-sided attack on the TNO team, and I really want to get this de-escalated. So I want to hear from a TNO head dev himself and see what their response is to soothe your concerns, because they would know better than me.
For sure. And I mean, I'd say the community obviously has a decent perspective on this, right? They're the people who, when they look at TNO, what they see is a Steam page last updated and the file size of the mod. No one has a better track of where TNO is, or a more unclouded track of where TNO is than the community. Because if you're on the team, you do see some stuff that gets developed touch and go as people's volunteer time dries up, and then they come back, or it's just the cycle of a volunteer team. But it definitely does create this disconnect that I just want to seek to alleviate, and just kind of stress that at the end of the day, this is a volunteer project that I've known a fair people. Most of the team's been on for years at this point, and when I say years, I'm not even necessarily talking about people who were on the team when stuff like the ever elusive Penelope's Web was started and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll be addressing that later.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure there's a lot of comments in that.
Oh yeah,
okay,
I get it.
We'll start off again on the Chilean Antarctic one, because I think that's a really big one that people have. The Chilean Antarctic thing sounds exactly like a meme someone would have made about them, and yet it's real Lamau. So I'm just gonna have you answer that one.
Yeah, I feel it's just kind of a cynical twist, because TNO pre-release, pre-release, it was just TNO's adding content to X country, Panama or whatever. Obviously that didn't happen. But we just to get this kind of cynical twist to where when we do actually, release these content for, some of these more niche tags, obviously it can look like it's diverting from tags like Germany or America, or Russia and its many tags. But I just, I'd like to, kind of go over, again, that ODF, Operation Deep Freeze, when they first came out, they were a sub-mod and have largely maintained their same leadership since then, and their same core team since integration to the main mod. They're not pulling away writers or coders on some mass scale to, kind of kneecap those other patches. Right. These are their own teams that work more or less independently, but I guess with the same goals in mind, right?
Yep.
Of just trying to release stuff for the community. And I think it's very creative. I feel like they get an unnecessary brunt from the community, but as I've said, the community just does have a unique perspective that maybe the team doesn't have, to where they look at the mods releases completely different from the team, who can see, this, kind of scattershot developments.
Yeah, and so basically the Antarctica team is a sub-mod that's been integrated into the team. It's got autonomy still, right?
Well, I wouldn't say, quote unquote autonomy, it's a Hoi 4 mod, not a country, right?
Oh, of course, sorry.
But yeah, no, they're teams, like the team lead, and just, TNO dev, is more like these people were friends and they worked on a country as friends, and they joined they work on the team or they play games together off the team as friends.
Yeah, and there's
That's
nothing
just
wrong
kind
with
of how
that.
it works.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's like you indict
Exactly.
something of it,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
say, people kind of come and go with that kind of strategy. We're not
Mhm.
we're not firing head coaches or something for
Yeah.
like football teams and shit, right? It's a very casual thing, and what just how this goes is basically, shooting shit on a VC with someone
Yeah.
or in PMs, and then one day it could end up in content. And
Hmm.
Antarctica is a really good example of that.
Yeah. And Antarctica content is good. Like, there is no denying that. It's just, I don't think
Well,
it's what people
you can
expect
deny
from
it if you
teams.
just don't have taste for that, right? I'm not going to come on here and be
Yeah.
like, you have to like everything in TNO. If you do not like everything we've put out, I don't know what you're doing. It's not for you. I don't want to say TNO is not for you because, I have to be some soulless CEO for it on some level, right?
And
I got to stand up for my team members.
Yeah, you gotta. I respect that.
Yeah. No, but I do like
All
it.
right.
Sorry. Let me circle back to that. I like it.
You like Antarctica content?
I like
I
it. Of
like
course,
it.
I like Antarctica. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like it too. I just think, most people weren't expecting that to come out next, but I think it's just bad timing.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing that can kind of sum up problems, it's like a bad timing.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's got exams coming up. Someone's, when we're looking at the age of the team, we're looking at people in college.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm in college.
Yeah, people have lives. I have lives.
Yeah.
I'm retiring after this video probably.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe not like hiatus.
no, I mean, I just appreciate, having a chance to talk about this,
Oh, no problem.
I don't want just to, because, people get very attached to this content. The mod came out during like COVID and shit. People have a reason to get attached to stuff that they sunk hours into. It makes complete sense that people, even if people don't think like, oh, this content's not up to par, it makes total sense why the community would have some deeper attachment to it than maybe some of the devs working on new stuff to take its place.
Yeah, 100%. So, next question is, I will never forgive TNO for removing John Glenn, not releasing Penelope's Web, and then His Majesty's Most Loyal Resistant content, removing Goering and such other things.
Those are 3 teams that I have been a team lead of at one point. So that's very pointed.
I think you could focus on Penelope's Web.
For sure. I just want to. I'll be quick and brush over it with this. I was the former team lead of released Britain content. I wasn't on the team when Rule Britannia came out, but the day of release, I was the team lead for Britain. I left the team shortly thereafter. I was the team lead for Italy, Release Italy as well. So, in a way, my content was some of the first to be reworked. The original sin, in some way, if you want to be, kind of flamboyant about it.
Yeah.
But I'm also the America team lead right now. I'm not in charge of Italy. Yeah, for Yippee.
I'm actually quite excited for that. If you guys get that out, I'll be very happy.
If we get it out, geez, man, how much faith do you have in us?
I'm sorry, man. You will get it out. You will get it out. You will get it out.
Or die trying. That's
or die trying.
Right.
Yeah, 4-10 mixing, guys.
Yeah, dude, totally. Yeah, but I mean, I'll circle back to Penelope's Web. Even though I'm sorry about John Glenn, I was one of the brainchilds for Heart. I'm sorry for breaking your heart. But for Penelope's Web, this is a patch that was conceived 2020, shortly after release, because the content I'd made for Release Italy, not good. I can recognize that. Or the content I helped make, of course. Sorry, I'm not trying to own it all. But yeah, so when we talk about PW, we're talking about a patch that's had multiple team leads come and go. And I'll just kind of open a door right now for how development is going on that patch. If it wasn't obvious enough, TNO is definitely focusing on more country-to-country patches right now. And what that means is stuff like Italy will be receiving its own patch, as opposed to releasing with France, Greece, all that. So this team, has gone through a lot. It was just kind of given first to people who were burnt out from the sprint to the initial release. Then it kind of got tossed over. It's just so messy. It just comes back again to these are people and developers with lives of their own who just it's it's just
100%.
it's not a clean scenario, and sometimes it just looks like shit outside in, and sometimes it's shit inside too, right?
Yeah.
But it's not like some deep conspiracy or whatever. Not that people are saying that to like kneecap Italy or whatever.
I think it's just a bunch of poor coincidences and timing.
For sure. And if you look at like patches like Shifting Tides, which was where Guangdong initially was going to come out with, that just more or less came from a team of developers who were able to stick through. And this isn't to say that where it's like you have to be of a different breed to do TNO dev, right? I'm not saying this is for the strong, not for the weak. I'm just saying, these people were able to allocate time, have just a stronger, or not stronger, sorry, but were able just to allocate a commitment and be able to orchestrate a development style that kind of was able to work with or without them when real life got in the way. And I feel that's just kind of especially back then, worked very personally. So when we do talk about stuff like, these people get busy with exams, it had a much larger impact then. I'll take this moment to pat myself on the back, even though I shouldn't. It's bad. Because it's under scrutiny. That's okay. But since I want to say 2023, we've reorganized dev structure to be able to, I guess, kind of make these patches work with
that's good.
Team leads coming and going. Yeah, and I'd say Brazil's a good example of that. The team lead for Brazil was on his way out during that patch, and that's it's just real life stuff changing. These are year-long patches to work on. Big deal. Yippy's been going on for 3 years. Sorry, we started working on that after Heart.
Wow.
Or initial ideas, not like sorry. This is how the rumors and stuff, misunderstandings come up. Sorry. But no, for Brazil, we just had this. We just started focusing more on being able to have teams function more as units rather than just how these team leads are able to organize things personally. And it's been able to help us, get some of these countries more on track. That's how, countries like Mexico were able to have their first patches come out. It's how countries like Brazil, as I've mentioned, and it's how, I actually don't know if that one's been announced yet, so I'm actually gonna
you're gonna keep that quiet.
I'm gonna keep that one quiet. When it comes out,
Hey, so guys, that's proof that there's something to be like excited for.
Yeah. Or it's me forgetting if we've teased something or not.
Yeah, it's all right, man.
That's personal fault. That's not team fault. That's write a letter to me, an angry PM, and I'll just react with the frowning face. That's okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's look at more comments. I want to look at some stuff that is actually respectful.
Dude, you can find anything, dude. I've seen it all. It's chill.
Okay. Oh, there you go. I would support the content if they actually added the full playable content and not just remove the beloved content. I think that's something to do with skeletons being integrated instead of full content.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never going to be able to go up to someone and tell them, just tell them that they have to agree with the content being replaced. But just the way that the mod is being developed, and I'll speak more in terms for something like Yippee and how the development style helps us there. I'll use Britain and Africa as an example because, debrouillez-vous. If people can spell it, I'm sure they're mad about it in the comments. Those changes, the new content for when we talk about developing stuff, content to content interactions with like America, Germany, UK, Africa. We need something firm to work off of. And this extends to skeleton content. I'll use Haiti as the example. We needed some light changes to Haiti, or we need something going on in Haiti that isn't necessarily content for the America stuff of like the nuke there to work out. We need some of the proxies that involve the UK. We can't be functioning with the old content, which, for what it's worth, is still available.
And I think that's like a problem that you guys have, because there's a comment here saying that like TNO's team is too small to handle their new vision, because the old content doesn't work well with the new content, so they have to remake the old content. But that means no new content comes.
I wouldn't really say that. I would say it's not like it's incompatible, like two different ports or whatever. Right. The team, I don't have the numbers on it. I'm pretty sure it's still larger than it was on release.
Yeah.
When we talk about development, I touched on this with like Shifting Tides and Guangdong. It really does come down to organizing. Yippee, in its current state, will be the largest patch that TNO has ever put out.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. But
knock on wood, yeah.
But and I say will because I have to puff my chest up here, right? This is interrogation. It does just come down to being able to atomize your content or your plans, and being able to kind of find people, these individual people living their own lives, to be able to help out on these things.
Absolutely.
And for sure. And it just becomes a lot more messy when we're talking about like older content that maybe ages out. I said I'm the former team lead of Britain. I can say like, yeah, I like the new plans for Britain. I like what they're developing. But that doesn't invalidate people who play it and like it, or even some old devs who have attachments to the old content. But what I can say is that this current team does work and kind of walk with one vision in mind for the mod. There's no, I just kind of want to break down the idea that there's some kind of clickiness on the team for, like realism versus keeping everything there.
No.
There's a ton of respect across. There's a ton of respect across teams for their plans and what exists. A lot of people joined the team because of content like Tabaritsky.
I think if I can cut
it. That makes it sound like Tabaritsky's getting removed. He's not getting removed.
No, he's not getting removed.
Russia is fine. Well, iconic is blend.
Sorry.
That was a low blow.
There's this sense that people think that TNO devs are just out here seeing stuff like it looks bad, remove it, which isn't the case at all. You guys really like think out stuff, right? Because I'm just gonna throw some shade at the Great Wall Redux, right? The Great Wall Redux is what people think TNO is like, right? The head dev just sees content and just says no historical nothing, just chucks it out. But TNO actually takes his time to like rework it and stuff, right?
I got like two comments on that. Sorry. I don't want to take this, I don't want this kind of thing to be viewed as like chastising people in the comments. I just want this to, people come to their own conclusions, seeing not necessarily troubles the dev teams has had, but complications. That's come from individual events or just, perception of how the team works, just purely from an outside in, or, someone goes onto some board and says, XYZ is happening. Oh shit.
Yeah. It's all rumors.
people have their own reasons, and most of the time they're completely reasonable. And that's why I just wanted to reach out and be like, just have a respectable conversation about this.
Yeah,
I
we
know
are.
that you
We
put
are.
a lot of time into making your video. Obviously, you made that video
Oh no,
because
no,
you
I did
like
not.
TNO.
No, I'm going to be honest. My video
That's
took me 6 hours to make. I did
it
not
looked
expect
good for
it to
6
get
hours. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I mean, I talk to people about TNO because I am in a leadership position on the mod. If people have gripes with it, it's people are fake demons. They're not actually going to be like too pissed about it. It's just all about explaining, I guess, kind of just letting people know the team is working.
Yeah,
and I also want to touch
feel
on
bad for you because you have to deal with a lot of
dude,
people like me just
it's
coming
chill.
after you.
Dude, it's chill. I work. It's
Yeah.
I work on the mod. I and all the other people on the mod work on it for fun. It's like
It must be tiring
if we,
to have to always justify your stuff though, like long paragraphs explaining why.
I don't know. I mean, you don't have to justify a lot in life. I mean, if you just like fucking a whole bag of chips or something, if you just do it because you want, it's chill.
Let me read out another comment.
Oh, for sure. I just wanted
okay.
to touch on, I guess, about something like Great War or whatever. I'm not familiar with that stuff. I don't really want to touch on other Hoi 4, I guess, quote unquote drama. I've had my own fair share of having to go up with that stuff. It's tiring. I'm at the end of the day just kind of focused on,
focus on
when
TNO.
it comes to Hoi 4, focusing on America, focusing on all the other patches that we have coming out, and just managing more moderation shit on the team. It's chill.
Yeah, perfect. It's chill. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's chill.
There's one comment here suggesting that, actually a pretty good suggestion, saying if TNO were to put a public Discord channel where they had GitHub updates, it would give a lot more transparency to the general public.
I think it's just more has to do with sometimes people like the opaqueness the team has. And obviously that has its own massive drawbacks with the community.
Yeah, because you're just like leaking everything you're working on.
I mean, I'm going to be real. Everyone knows, or not everyone, but a lot of people, we're just passing around leaked documents about America. You can go on some subreddits and find leaked builds of PW. People seek it out if they want to see it. It's annoying, I'll say that, but it's just like people want to see in-game content. I don't think people are more responding to Git pushes.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at more comments. This has been really constructive, by the way. I'm glad we're having a civilized conversation.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad your video gave me the opportunity to just talk about this. Lord knows how many times
I don't want to throw any shade.
No, it's chill. I get it. I watched your video. I heard the accent. I'm like, oh shit, this guy drinks tea. He wears a monocle. He's chill as fuck.
I'm actually Australian.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, it's all right.
I won't stereotype. It's chill.
Yeah. Okay.
I only stereotype the British.
Okay. I think the biggest issue here is that TNO isn't your typical Hoi 4 alternate history mod. It's basically an alternate Cold War visual novel political simulator set in an Axis victory world, and is heavy on narrative, true flavor, and events and mechanics in the vein of something like Crisis in the Kremlin, of heavy inspiration from Vicky 2. Because of this, TNO is simply unable to provide enough reworked content to replace the old stuff, and enters a loop for a while.
I mean, I'd say on some level it does hit the nail on the head. I saw a lot of people in the comments talking about other mods like TFR.
The Five Rises,
Yeah, I haven't played it myself.
It's a bit wild.
All I know is that I'm like two, the bacon numbers. I'm like two Twitter followers away from like some people that appear in the mod. I'm like, okay, maybe that they're hunting it a bit too much, but I'm uncomfortable with that. So I'll bide my time working on some of this more slower paced stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, that is
Yeah.
totally right, especially about the Vicky thing. If you look at old TNO diaries, a lot of the vision for the mod is more about this kind of developmentalism. And you see so much of that in Russia
Oh,
content.
yeah.
And stuff like Guangdong. And I'll at least speak from experience. That's a lot of stuff that we're trying to hit on in America with kind of like rough examples of that in Heart.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the idea that people approach development with in TNO is, obviously you are looking at these countries from a lens of 10 years.
Yeah, it's like
Even if we're
it's a big
releasing
scope.
smaller updates, even if we're releasing updates for countries that take them up, 3 years, like something like Mexico. I mean, even Mexico has the developmentalism stuff. It's a different relationship that you kind of approach this content with than others. And I wouldn't say that points to any, like things that make the development take longer, but I would say it makes, the design a bit more complicated to where you don't, I'll use Kaiserreich as an example. I'll compare Kaiserreich America to TNO America. Your presidents don't just like appear for a few events, have a few unique focuses, and then that's all that they matter for. Your leaders of your countries are like massive players on the world stage, and Kaiserreich does have some stuff like that, yeah. But TNO, if we look at it, these are like these just, I guess, devil's chessboard type stuff. You have these people just constantly budding, and you just have these just constantly changing variables country by country. It is complicated, but I wouldn't say it's a huge source of, I guess, quote unquote dev problems.
All right. Well, I'm running out of questions. Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah.
Most of my comments are just
you
like,
can go to some hard ones. It's chill.
no, most of my comments are just like saying how good my video is, like, but there's one
you had some
comment
good
that,
editing stuff in it. It was nice.
There's one comment that just targets you.
Me?
Not by name, but it's pretty obvious who they're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Let me read it out. The mod got hijacked by a campaign trail modder, and they're only focused on writing instead of gameplay. Say what you want about the old developer, but there still has vision of gameplay and see text as small flavor instead of a fully delude themselves for visual novel. So the English is not that good, but I think they're talking about you and Nitus, or formerly Panzer.
Yeah, I mean, I talk with, if you want to talk about visual novel stuff, Nitus's vision for, is a very skewed to visual novels. I don't really play them, but I guess that's kind of getting sidetracked. I was a TNO developer before I worked on, I guess, like campaign trail mods and all that. And I didn't mean to like kind of drag that into this video. It's something I do. It's not something that really inspires my development on TNO. I was working on Yippee. Yeah, I was working on Heart and especially Yippee before I was like a modder for that stuff. I'd just say the impulses of development are kind of similar between there, to where like, I make pretty large scale mods for both games. And I guess for TNO we're talking patches rather than mods, obviously. But I just have some. I don't really get the whole thing to where it's like kind of like removing gameplay for visual novel's sake. One of the big things that I really have enjoyed with America is giving each president their own, more like a unique flavor. And that's not necessarily referring to, interactions with cabinet members. I'm talking about like how they interact with all these proxies, how this matters for these larger mechanics that exist. This is it's just making every country play different. And if every country was just a visual novel, all that changes is like characters and like plot points. I want every country, and all these devs, I think, all the devs would agree with this. Every country should play different. Russia does this really well, to where, every country has the same starting point, more or less, different regions. But just, these kind of it's frayed because of the how these how it's represented with their political mechanics. So I wouldn't say that this is like a hijack or something.
No. That's
I've been
too
working.
much.
The amount of time I've worked on TNO is double the amount of time I've worked on campaign trail stuff. It's just two different hobbies. It's chill.
No. It's just, I think it's rumors. I'm gonna call that one out. That's a bit too far, guys.
It's chill. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right. I'm running out of questions because most of my comments are not questions. That most of them are just like really just statements.
Anecdotes. Yeah. No, I mean, I do appreciate the anecdotes. More people just talking about why they cared about the mod and how they feel about the perception
and stuff like that.
Yeah. How they when they, I guess, quote unquote, fell in love with the mod, and how their perception of it kind of makes them feel bad for it. And
you were right about the COVID thing. Yeah, most people are stuck in lockdown. They get attached to the mod, and then
yeah, no, I mean, I've worked on the mods on and off since 2018, late 2018. I think this year, I'm gonna hit 8 years since then.
Wow,
it's rough.
Congratulations.
I would not congratulate myself for that. That's okay.
For TNO.
Yeah, sure.
Oh wow. Okay.
Some of these people in the comments would argue it's a burden that TNO has me. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll still keep trying to push to release patches.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I actually don't have a lot of questions left. If you have anything you want to say before I think, because I'm getting close to wrapping this up.
Yeah. This whole thing's just kind of been impromptu, but obviously I've just had stuff to say about TNO because, as I said, I've been on it for 8 years. I've been on and off as the mod's been released. I rejoined in 2022 after leaving in 2020. The mod's changed a lot since then, but I am a firm believer that the mod has stayed true to its initial vision that I've talked with Nidus about. Nothing we do is out of disrespect for like people's favorite content that they've had in the past, and a lot of the stuff driving these new developments is a desire to see a more well-rounded and I guess more full Cold War in this setting.
Oh yeah.
And there's disagreements there on if that's what the mod should be, but I just and those are fine to have. The content is still there, and we're not trying to make you feel bad or whatever for it just being, I guess, replaced is harsh, but I mean, I guess that's what it is. We're people that go through our lives, and this is a hobby, just as it's a hobby for you to play it.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, we all
clear to the audience. Modders are volunteers. Most people don't get paid unless you're a 3D modeler.
Some mods pay their 3D modelers.
Yeah, some mods do pay their 3D modelers.
I haven't received a dime from TNO. I will gladly sell the mod to the highest bidder in the comment.
Right. So
we'll start at 10 cents.
Everyone be respectful. The TNO devs aren't that bad. That like Mango's been pretty open, wanting to have an interview with me. Right. If you wanna look at bad devs, I have examples on my channel.
Oh.
But look, if you don't like TNO, guys, you can. There's fan folks out there, and like I've said, the TNO devs are just volunteers. Modders are just volunteers. When I mod, because I have my own mod, I'm volunteering my time, and sometimes I'll have months where I can't do anything because I got exams and stuff. So that's one thing I want to hone home to the audience before we wrap up. Yeah.
I know this isn't going to be like the be all end all of people, viewing the mod.
No, absolutely not.
About like struggles or whatever. I have no illusions about that. But, I just hope, if anything, if one person like even you can feel better, where it's like, oh, maybe the mod does have some stronger vision or not stronger. I don't want to say. I don't want to immediately assert that it's better than whatever you think.
Yeah.
If just I guess more confidence in the direction, and a better feeling where it's like, oh, these devs aren't trying to like instigate when they do this.
No.
It's just
Yeah, no.
about wanting to have fun in their own ways with their own hobbies, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, that was
All
that was
right.
kind of an abrupt cutoff for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else to say?
Nope.
Anything else to say?
Oh, did I cut out?
Yeah.
Oh no! What's the last thing you heard? I was going on something.
Sorry, that was an abrupt cutout from me. That's the last
Oh
thing
yeah,
I heard.
no, I didn't say anything after that.
All right. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say?
When it comes to like developing, and like showing, I guess, stuff, front end, and balancing like personal life, I do typically choose, at least for me, I choose developing and personal life. I have a lot of stuff, and the team has a lot of stuff down the barrel that we'll love to show, this year, coming years, coming months, all that. And I hope, even if you're not a huge fan of the Mods direction compared to what you kind of took it to be upon release, that you'll at least give it a chance when it comes out. And you know what? If you don't think it's coming out, you have no side of. You don't have to hold the other side of the bargain, because if you don't think it's coming out, you don't have to play it.
I'm gonna agree with you that. Yeah. I think. Look, it's to all the people watching. I know you think TNO is looking bad right now, but based on this conversation, he has actually legitimately like changed my view a little, more than a little bit, to have some hope for TNO.
Sorry, I don't want
like,
this to be. Yeah. Sorry, that's okay. I don't want this to come off as like some rescue mission for TNO PR. As I said, this isn't going to be the be all end all. I just this is a perspective that I've had. This is a perspective a lot of the people on the team have. And, I just appreciate a place to talk about it, right?
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, it's totally okay. I just, I don't want people to, be like, I don't want people calling you a glazer in the comments, right?
No.
You're not a glazer.
No.
No.
This is just a friendly conversation.
And it's officiated. We exchanged Discord tag. It's a friend request.
Yeah, we did.
Official.
This is official. TNO approved interview.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that should be it then. If you have anything else.
I got nothing.
All right. Thank you for your time, Mango.
Yeah, for sure, dude.